All right, yesterday was fractions and percents. Today we're going to throw some decimals in there. And so a little bit of the same stuff as yesterday, but a little bit different. So if I asked you to write, let's do some examples here. If I asked you to write 45% as a decimal, okay, if I asked you to write this as a decimal, if you read this, this is 45% of 100, so it would be 45 over 100. That's what we worked on yesterday. And 45 hundredths, if I write that, is 0.45. Okay, that's the long route. What I can do is notice that because I have two zeros out of 100, I can just move my decimal 2 spaces. And I'm going to move that 2 spaces to the left. So my original decimal in a 45 would be right there. So I'm going to move it 2 spaces to the left, which gives me an answer of 0.45 or 45 hundredths. So if I took 62%, again, I could just take that 62, place the decimal where it should be, and then move that decimal over 2 places for an answer of 0.62. Again, that's pronounced 62 hundredths. Works on any number. We could have, this would be example number 3, we could have 16.8%. So that would be 16.8. And then I move my decimal over 2 places for an answer of 0.168. Or if you read that correctly, it'd be 168 thousandths. Does work with decimals that are smaller than 1 as well. So I would take 0.02, do the same thing, move my decimal 2 spaces to the left, fill in with a 0. So that's going to be 0.0022, which is going to be 22 ten-thousandths. So changing decimals into, changing percentages into decimals. Now, how about fractions to percents? Okay, so new set of examples here. Fractions to percents. So I have 1/2. Okay, 1/2. 2 ways to do this. I can set up a proportion and say 1/2 is how many percent of 100. Cross multiply there, giving me 2x equals 100. Divide both sides by 2. So that would tell me 50%. I could also take, because 1/2 is a division problem, I take the 1 and divide it by 2. 2 doesn't go into 1, so we want to extend this a little bit. And that comes out to be 0.5. Well, 0.5 is not a percent, but if we change a decimal to a percent, we're going the backwards way. We're going to move it 2 spaces to the right, giving us 50%. So either way works. Just pick the one that works the best for you. It doesn't matter to me. Let's do a how about a 3/5. So first way, I can set that up to x over 100, which gives me 5x equals 300. Divide by 5. And x equals 60. That's one way. Or I can take my top number divided by my bottom number, and take that 0.6 and move the decimal space 2 places to the right, which still gives me 60%. Again, either way is correct. Just choose the way that you like the best. So that's all for fractions, percents, and decimals. We will see you tomorrow.